You see? So that's what the yoga system is all about. Like in the beginning, I said we speak from the platform of Bhakti Yoga. Yoga is just not standing on your head, and twisting and turning and, gaining great, benefits physically. And Hatha Yoga also calms the mind. Pranayama, yoga breathing, also very good for calming the mind, focusing the mind, and so on. So, okay, your body's in good health, your mind is focused. What are you going to focus on? What is the focus? Oh, I can now achieve my goals more easily. In the early 1960s in America, this guru came from India, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. And he was teaching, transcendental meditation, he called it. He gave it labeled it that was his brand, transcendental meditation. And he taught mantras. You see, these were seed mantras, it doesn't matter, but they were mantras from Vedic teaching, you see. But he didn't teach them as anything to do with fulfilling your spiritual needs. He said, this is how you can actually be more materially successful. He went into big corporations, businesses, and taught this to all of their employees so that they could be better in business. You see, when you go to the next business meeting, you do your meditation, you do your mantras, and then you go into the meeting and everybody else is stressed and everybody's under pressures and so on, and you're very calm. And you can just defeat them, Better for business, better for achieving your material goals. And amazing success. Maybe I'm sure some of you have taken his course. It costs money, of course, and he made unlimited money on it. It was an amazing business. And it did what it said it would do, but it didn't address the needs of the soul. This is the point. You see, it doesn't really help us. So you're the best business person's ever been. Bill Gates, he's the richest person on the planet. He just surpassed Jeff Bezos, the Amazon.com guy, as the richest man. Okay, so what? What does that mean? You would die, you're going to die and leave it all behind. You're going to be born again somewhere, and even if you're lucky enough to get a human body, and who knows about that, you're not going to know that. Oh, I'm Bill Gates. You don't know who you are. You're just another guy in a baby body that doesn't know how to walk and how to talk, and you're not potty trained, and you just, like everybody else, starts off from zero, And now you've got to go all over again, It's a sad thing, knowing what we're consciously doing to be happy when it's an absolute impossibility. You see, it can't work. That's why we will remain lost until we come to the truth. I am spirit, soul, part and parcel of the Supreme Soul. See? I will be lost in trying to pursue the goals in life because I don't even know what the goals in life should be, you see. So therefore, with knowledge, I know I must become spiritually advanced. See, it's interesting. In this Vedic knowledge, we have all this teaching. And in bygone years, ages, up to 5,000 years ago, basically, prior to that, there was a Vedic civilization. The whole civilization was based on this Vedic knowledge. You see? There, advancement was considered, for society as a whole, advancement was considered spiritual advancement. See? Now, society as a whole, advancement is considered material advancement. Oh, they're the most advanced society on the planet. Or they find some tribe in the jungle somewhere that's never met the modern world yet, and they call them uncivilized, you see. They're so uncivilized, they're so unadvanced, you see, because they don't have any gadgets. They still live in crude houses, They're not connected, so to speak. So we can see that we've gone in the wrong direction. But again, we didn't know that, did we? We still don't know that. Many people won't be convinced of that. We can present this truth, and I do, to thousands of people every year, thousands, And very rare does someone take it to heart and go, yeah, I understand now, and I'm going to go in a different direction. I'm going to change my life. See, very, very, very rare. Because we bought into the lies that we've been told. This identity we have is us. We don't want to hear anything else. I've already got my goal set. Don't get in my way. You see, or I got no goal, but that goal I'm not interested in. The real goal, so I'll just wander around. See, continue. It's described in the Vedic scriptures that the souls in the material world are wandering. See, you notice when you see a homeless person, see, you can understand they're homeless just by the way they walk. They're just wandering around. See, you can tell they don't really have anywhere to go. They don't really have anything to do. They just wander around. Maybe they got a big route of garbage cans they go to, so they're very active, going from this can to this can to this can. You see, but you can understand they really don't have anything in life. They're lost, you see. And we think, oh, poor them. But really, we're the same. So the souls in the universe, materially conscious souls, see, they're in this material mindset, they're just wandering around. We learn so much from the Vedic scriptures that you'll never learn in this institution. You see. We learn there's life on every planet in this universe. Every planet. The scientists, they're just trying to figure that out. Real basic thing. Is there life on the moon? Is there life on Mars? Is there life on this planet and that planet? See? And their conclusion at this point, no. Then they define something. Oh, maybe. See? Probably not. That we're the only guys. That's called arrogance. We're on one little tiny planet in one universe, of which there are innumerable universes. And in this universe of ours, there's innumerable planets, and we're the only guys. Sure. But anyway, it's described that, the souls being eternal and taking birth again and again, in different situations. Sometimes take birth on higher planets. That means higher facilities for material enjoyment, called heavenly planets. And then there's intermediate planets, like Earth is an intermediate planet. There's lower hellish planets where life is very miserable. See, the living conditions, the suffering is greater. Hellish, middle, heavenly. And due to our karma and desires and attachments and so on, we're just wandering around, up and down, here, going down, coming back, really going nowhere. Like the old saying of the squirrel on the wheel, just running, and going nowhere. But he thinks he is. He's just going and going and going. But everybody else is too, so it's normal. This is a problem. It's normal. See? Whereas in the Vedic society, spiritual advancement was normal. You see? People had another purpose in life. They had another goal. And society supported that. See? Now, society has a material goal and society supports that. So we have to understand, I'm an individual. See? I, the individual, have responsibility for my life. And if I allow myself to be controlled by, influenced by, directed by people who are lost, like me, I'll remain lost. But if I allow myself to be guided by someone who is not lost, but who is actually a real guide and can take me out of my lost condition or situation, then I'll find the way. You see? I remember when I was lost in the swamp. If I'd have met somebody and he just said, hey, you're lost, and I go, yeah. He'd say, no worries. I know this swamp like the back of my hand. I know exactly where we are, and I know where to go. Follow me. I would have followed, I can tell you. See? With pleasure, I would have followed. See? So that's what we need to do. Find that person who is not lost. Let him impart knowledge to us, the truth. This is the spiritual master, the spiritual guide, the eternal guide for the lost souls of the material world. You see? Listen to him, follow him, take his advice, live our lives in a certain way so that we wake up to the truth. We begin to not only philosophically understand that we're spirit soul, but actually begin to realize it. You see? And with that realization comes a different mindset. We have different desires. See? Now we desire to be materially successful in whatever way our mind might think that to be. You see? So I can enjoy, I can be happy in this way and this way and this way. You see? The whole hippie movement started because people were looking for a different source of happiness. See? I happened to be young at that time. I was right in the middle of that whole story. See? And so the philosophy at that time, material philosophy of course, but the philosophy at that time was go to school, go to university, get an education. Engineering was the basic deal then. I mean, if you really want to get an education that's going to bring you success, become an engineer. So basically everybody, think, okay, I want to be an engineer. But anyway, get a degree in whatever, but engineering was number one. Get married, get a good job, get a home in the suburbs, raise a family, get a station wagon, and you'll be happy. But we were raised in such a society, and we understood mom's not happy, dad's not happy, I'm not happy. It doesn't work. So the whole hippie phenomena was, give it up, look in a different direction of life, because that doesn't work. So let's go and find another way to live, to be happy. More freedom of the senses, more freedom to do what we want to do. Nobody can tell us what to do. Reject all authority. Authority is bad. See, listen to no one. Listen to your mind, listen to your senses. Let the senses go. See, entertain all pleasures as okay, you see. So whatever the established society said at that time to do or not do, they did the opposite. See, go to school, don't go to school. See, don't take drugs, take drugs. Cut your hair, be neat and clean. Don't cut your hair, grow your hair, don't wash, be dirty. You see, get a good house, have no house, live on the street. See, Get married, raise a family, don't get married. Whatever they said, do the opposite. You see, they did. But it didn't produce the fruit they thought, you see. So after some time of the euphoria, when everything was new and fresh, and wow, we're now free to do whatever we want to do, the reality set in. Still not happy. Now I'm a drug addict, you see. I got all kind of diseases. Got no money, I got no home, I got no nothing, and I'm really, in a bad situation. Didn't work. Couldn't work from the beginning, but it was another way to try. So they went out, got jobs, and did all the things.